Welcome, everyone. This is for Metroid Rando Multicategory Tournament. I'm Hachi, and on tracking we have NN, and this is going to be the lower bracket first round match of Lynx versus Nevdi. Picks for this round, we are starting with double suit. Nevdi elected to ban first, and he banned no objectives, and Lynx banned Metroids. So our remaining picks are going to be Varia plus movement and Gravity 9 plus 1. Off to an excellent start, immediately finding an item. Morph, okay. I think a lot of people in the chat were wondering about Nevdi Morph. Will not happen in this round. Yeah, we are syncing up the streams now. Okay, so Big Pink is a good find early on. There are 2 items immediately accessible. A third will be accessible if they can find explosives. But both runners seem to be going immediately for the map. Finding Bubble Mountain, one more item here at the bottom right. Another E-tank. So, explosives is just the general term for being able to bomb things. I believe there's a specific flag called can bomb things. And that's really what you're looking for to get past bomb blocks. And yes, they also go boom. Okay, so we've got Dragon, quite a few majors, and I believe I saw the Torian and Norfair connectors. I didn't catch the others. So we'll see if we have some early Meridia as well. So we'll see if we have some early route divergence here. A lot of choices. This is a very large map. It's got a lot of like different choices to make. This is clearly the hub of the world, given that there's 3 areas with multiple connections in each. Lynx is slightly ahead of here as Nevdi is sort of following in his footsteps. And there we got our bombs, so the rest of Big Pink is now accessible. So 2 things the runners are probably looking for right now are, well, one thing is X's on the map, because they do not have supers or power bombs, which are going to block green doors like the one that Lynx just passed. But he finds his first set of power bombs, which, yes, is bombs, but an even more powerful explosive that's going to let him get to Norfair, I believe. Maybe something else was blocked that I couldn't see. Bombs, but a lot more powerful. It's a little dicey for Lynx there, but he does have enough health. More power bombs. So we'll see if Lynx heads to Norfair now that all of the doors that... no, actually there is one Norfair door that's not blocked by bombs. But he might also try and go for that X. And there's our supers. So this pretty much unlocks most of the map. There's no urgent speed locks here, so they should be able to go to any of the regions now. So we're likely going to see some route divergence. Maybe not. But this is a very big map with a lot of choices. So we'll see what happens. So both are opting to check this major and are rewarded with X-ray, which is probably not what they're looking for. And Lynx is heading back, and Nevdi heads into Meridia and finds Acid Chozo. So I believe Lynx is taking a save here, and he might go Torian, because it's close to a major. And if Torian is a bust, since it's a small area, he can probably get the map and then revert back to the save he just took. Meanwhile, Nevdi seems to be committing to Meridia here, trying to do a horizontal bomb jump, because he does not have high jump or grapple. So we are getting some good route divergence, which will be interesting to see who made the right choice. Spring Ball was the Fireflea's major here. That's not too useful with gravity, but it does make movement a little easier for some places with Morph. I don't know if I would go through Acid Chozo if there's another entrance to Meridia. Maybe I didn't get a good look at the map, but I thought this entrance was closer to the map station. I could be wrong. And yes, Turian seems to be very horizontal. Okay, so Lynx found the map and there's absolutely nothing here, so that is probably a revert. Yep. And now he is closer to Norfair, so that's probably next on his list. Meanwhile, I didn't quite see the map for Meridia too well, but this map might be Batoon locked. And Nevdi, well, Nevdi takes care of him. Could be Fantoon. Oh, no, cannot be Fantoon. Wrong side. And water map. So let's see. In Meridia we have Ridley. That's not too good to find early because he does not have the ammo to take him down. 3 majors. And I didn't see if there are any connections. Meanwhile, Norfair looks absolutely massive, with the map far away. But very good chance of a boss being there. Oh, and... oh no, we did not blind this, because we knew that was going to be... in Brinstar. So screw attack for Lynx, that is a very nice quality of life item. So not too useful for actually beating the game. So this is a one-way for Lynx. He does not know if getting back is potentially speed locked, which it could be. However, if he can just get to the map, he still has that save at the beginning of Norfair and he'll be able to revert. Nevdi finds Charge, which, with his loadout, does put Ridley possible for a runner like Nevdi. Not quite in logic, I don't think, but this is basically a low ice loadout, but with more health. So we may see Nevdi go straight for Ridley. And that is a little unfortunate for Lynx. Though perhaps if he can pick up a couple of beams in Norfair, going back to Ridley, since he has to do that, will make it a bit easier. Yeah, actually that's true. I was watching Nevdi right before this, and he did do a low ice Ridley fight. Ooh, Lynx misses that bomb jump. That's a big time loss. But yes, Nevdi did do a low ice Ridley fight right before this, so he has actually practiced at it. He may be debating on whether or not to check that major first, but it is a bit out of the way. Definitely still worth picking up any missiles or X's along the way, as that'll make the Ridley fight easier. Just ice is 300 shots, 200 shots, and that is not fun. So Lynx has made it to the Norfair map. Let's see what we find. Mother Brain, Wreck Ship, two other majors, and not much else. So that is not necessarily what Lynx wanted to see. That means he will have to backtrack quite a ways to get to Mother Brain, and he knows that the bosses are all going to be in the other areas. Not taking the revert here, though. So it looks like he's going to try and pick up some ammo on the way back. Meanwhile, Nevdi picks up Spazer, which will really help for that Ridley fight. And with one last major to check in this sandpit, we'll see if he lucks into something really good. High jump. That actually will help quite a bit for the Ridley fight. It makes movement a lot easier. And he's really hoping for two supers here. Oh, well, one's a missile. Other's a super. So, yeah, doing these checks before doing Ridley was actually the right call here. That's going to be a significantly faster fight. And he does check criteria. Or actually, does he have to because of the loop? And instantly finds ship. Now, Nevdi is a fantastic player, and I don't want to say that he just gets lucky sometimes, but sometimes he does just get lucky. And a blind, another, okay, so that's, yeah, now, now he's got PR KD beam, which will be, and 15 supers, which will be a much easier Ridley fight. And as we know, Mother Brain is not in criteria, so this is a good check for Nevdi. Best case scenario, there's a boss here, but even if there's not a boss here, he's really not in a bad place. So while Lynx is definitely behind, he's not out of the race. It'll certainly depend on what area he goes to next. Well, Zoe Meridia. But he does have Mother Brain knowledge. So if it turns out that Nevdi goes back to check Norfair for some bosses, that could be in Lynx's favor. And there's Plasma, which is probably the only item we know that we would really want that Nevdi hasn't found. And maybe Speed. Yes, Nevdi on to the Fantoon fight. Misses the eye there. Gets a fast, okay. Oh, but he missed the super. Interesting. Okay, so a little difficulty with Fantoon, but he cleaned it up quite nice. I will say Fantoon is, despite being the boss with the lowest amount of health, is very annoying. So I've definitely done what Nevdi did there, missing getting your missile sucked up by the flame. It is very easy to do. So he actually made that fight still look pretty easy, despite it being a few rounds extra. So Nevdi also up to 25 supers. That is very good. That is going to make both Ridley and Mother Brain very, very quick fights for him. Lynx finding Shack Tool in Wreck Ship, yeah. Okay, interesting. No other bosses in Criteria. So we know that the last area is Wrecked Ship. So that must be where Kraid is, I believe. We've seen Dragon, right? I may be confusing seats. Yes, Dragon was at the top of Brinstar. So Kraid should be somewhere in Wrecked Ship, and then we know where all the bosses are. Oh, very unfortunate that Kraid was way back there. But, okay, Lynx took the revert back at the beginning of Wreck Ship, so that was actually a very good revert. He's now able to very quickly get back to Kraid. And yes, Nevdi goes to the last major in Criteria, finds Speed, and another super pack for his trebles. Oh, and he found another one that I didn't even notice, so now he's up to 25-35 with Charge and PRKD Beam. So he is quite stacked. This is very much go mode for Nevdi. He is just on the hunt for bosses. Lynx, meanwhile, has not found a lot of supers. 30 and 10 with no charge. He is still probably going to be major hunting. But potentially will go back to Meridia first and then find charge there. Actually, he has no other choice than Meridia, because I don't think there were criteria connectors. This wasn't quite Nikeah Seed. There was quite a lot of options at the beginning. So Lynx didn't necessarily do anything wrong. I did see the comment about Meridia being closer, but Torian and Norfair had a very good pivot save. I think it's really down to individual runners what you do there. I think I would have gone for the pivot save. But Meridia being a big area, it is a valid thing to check. So Nevdi just about to get to Ridley, and Lynx heading back to Brinstar to reach Meridia. Again, this should be a very easy fight for Nevdi. He can miss, well, 4 supers now. Or 3. There he goes, he got it. Very clean fight from Nevdi. Couple of missed supers, but he had plenty to spare as well as 25 missiles. I think Lynx is opting to do Dragon first. With Grapple, that should be a pretty easy kill. So Nevdi opts for Norfair first, which we know is technically the correct choice because he needs to get direct ship to kill Kraid. He did not take care of Dragon first, which means he will have to backtrack a little bit. So Dragon could have been overlooked. Nevdi could also be really hedging his bets here and just going straight for the map, knowing he has a save he can revert to. But yes, this would sort of be extremely bad for Lynx if Nevdi had gone to Dre first. So Lynx about to find the Acid Jozo. Debating whether or not to do it, and declines. Meanwhile, Nevdi's about 2 rooms away from the map, a room and a half. Oh, or it's right here. Oops. Yeah, and he takes that revert. Smart thing to do. He may check Torian now. Or he may just go straight back to wreck ship. Still did not look at Dragon, though. That is concerning. So Lynx is in a bit of trouble here. He does not have, I think it is 10 or 9 supers to kill Batwoon. So he doesn't quite have enough. There's also a little risk of a soft lock because he does not have charge. Still cleans up that fight quite quickly. Yeah, that was really impressive. For those who don't know, Batwoon eats supers if you don't hit him at exactly the right spot on his head. He did eat a couple of Lynx's supers, but not enough apparently. And so with this, Lynx knows where all of the other bosses are, because he knows Phantoon must be in Criteria. And Nevdi is a little too far to blind Kraid, but yeah, I would agree. Nevdi is quite ahead right now. he's about to find Kraid, and it's not too much, especially if he reverts, it's not too much to get back to Kraid. But overlooking Dragon is pretty bad, and if he goes into Torian, we'll know that he did actually forget where Dragon was. Still, even if he didn't, the routing is a little odd, I'd say. Dragon is out of the way in Brinstar, but not too far out of the way. And Lynx getting, I believe this was charge? Yes. So he will be extremely happy to see that. That puts Ridley easily doable. I think Ice Plasma is 600, something like that. So basically does the damage of a super. Yeah, it's interesting. Nevdi opting not to revert here. Now, it's easy for us to, armchair these mistakes, I would say, or overlooks. But given that this is a race, Nevdi may have a bit of nerves here, and it is hard to keep yourself fully calm. And while we know that he is pretty far ahead, he does not know that. Nice quick kill on Kraid. And Lynx going into Ridley. "30 shots with this beam. -4 if he uses some supers. So Torian did have a pretty far away map. What would need to happen for Lynx here is Nevdi would need to go into Torian, not do that pivot save, and have to go all the way back out of Torian, while Lynx goes into Criteria, goes straight for the map, and then runs as fast as possible back to Norfair to kill Mother Brain. He has to do all of that before Nevdi realizes that Dragon is in Brinstar, basically. And yes, if Nevdi does save there, that is going to be huge for him. Oh, he did. Oh, he saved in Norfair, but there's also the Brinstar save. Looks like he'll use the Norfair one. Okay, so Nevdi did overlook Dragon. That is unfortunate, but his lead is still, I'd say, about 7 to 8 minutes. Especially if Lynx goes after some of these majors. So he should still be in a good position. Went for that major there, that's interesting. The only thing he'd really need is Plasma. And Lynx into criteria, finds the ship. Save, and then immediately look for the map to see where Fantoon is. And that's farther away than I imagined. Yeah, so one thing about that Brinstar map, it was very large and very confusing. And honestly, even when I looked at it for 5 seconds, I didn't even see half of the things the runners probably did. So it is easy to overlook because it's all the way up in the corner, but in a race setting, you do have to check the entire map, because overlooks like that can easily sway the game. And now that Nevdi has the map, he is frantically searching for where Dragon could be, and just now sees it. But does have the revert back to Norfair, and will be heading there. So Lynx's only chance really is to get to Fantoon as quickly as possible. I believe this was Fantoon. Yes. So Lynx should be able to microwave, and that'll save some time because he doesn't have to, actually check the map afterwards. He doesn't care. So what we're looking for right now is Lynx has to run all the way back to Norfair. Nevdi has to get up to Dragon, kill Dragon, and then get back to Norfair as well. Nevdi is a lot closer, but what was an 8-minute lead evaporated down to maybe a 1 to 2 minute lead, which Lynx could easily close if he's very fast. Chip refill means he's got all the ammo that he needs as well. Yes, and good point from chat. Nevdi does not have grapple or plasma, so he's going to have to do either a Shine Spark plus missiles or just missiles. That's a pretty good kill by Nevdi. That is not easy to do. Nevdi also probably wants to find a place to farm to make Mother Brain a bit easier. He does not need to farm, though. There's plenty of ammo to kill Mother Brain 1, as well as Zeb skipping. Meanwhile, I'm not sure where... Is this the way back to Brinstar? I'm not sure where Lynx is... Oh, it is the way back. Okay. So this is going to be very close. Both runners are in Brinstar. Nevdi is about... Yeah, just about a minute ahead or so. Oh, where did he get that ammo? I didn't notice if there was a refill on the way. But this will be a faster fight. Oh, ammo refill from bottom of Klein Super. Okay, so that is very, very lucky for Nevdi. This will be a much faster fight than it would have been. Doing a speed zap skip here. Through. Okay. Mother Rain 1 down with 37 supers left, so this is going to be a very quick fight for Nevdi. And unfortunately, unless Nevdi fails the escape, this is probably game 1 for Nevdi. Oh, yep. I forgot. Everyone take time to guess what the escape timer is. I'm going to guess about 2 minutes, 15 seconds. So it is still commendable that Lynx is basically about, 30 seconds to a minute behind. 2 minutes. Okay. Did anyone get that in chat? No. A lot of people were close, though. Oh, no, actually there was... Zendero got it exactly. So yeah, so... toward the middle of this match, it really looked like Lynx had, routed poorly. Or, not poorly, but lost the 50-50. But he actually was able to bring back a lot of that time with the help of Nevdi for getting where Dragon was. So this is actually a lot closer than it could have been. It was Nevdi's race to lose, and he almost did. The ship's right past this room here. Plenty of time for Nevdi, and he will take game 1 with an official race time of 48 minutes, 22 seconds. Very good match from both runners. And again, it really came down to probably a single route divergence going to the left side of Brinstar versus the right side of Brinstar. Welcome back, everyone, to the second match of Lynx vs. Nevdi. This one is Gravity 9+1, so our last seed is going to be Varia plus Movement if we need to go to a Game 3. So first match, round won by Nevdi. So he is up 1-0 on Lynx. And I believe Nevdi was the one to pick this seed, as he banned first. Yes, they did ban the fun seeds. Metroids and no objectives were banned. About to get started here, a little bit of delay, but we'll get that fixed. So Gravity 9+1 is interesting because it puts pretty much every heated room in logic, even though you don't have Varia. As you can see, they even started in a heated room. The problem with that is it's very easy to plow through heated rooms without thinking about your health too much. And you could get into situations where you are accidentally dying in heated rooms, even though you have 9 energy tanks. But if you manage your health well, and you're good at and you're just good at getting through heated rooms, then this is a pretty good mode for you. Both of them finding the top of the ice speed room and declining to do that. A lot of heat to start, so they are definitely feeling the pressure. Two rooms blocked by supers, that's pretty interesting. Oh yes, they're feeling the burn, so to speak. So a little bit of... Okay, it looks like Nevdi did that gravity jump there. I don't actually know if that's in logic. It probably might be, because it's pretty easy to do. But yes, so big divergence here is Lynx trying to skip speed by doing that revert to the beginning, where Nevdi did a gravity jump to keep it through moat. And that is a speed lock for Lynx, so you will have to reset there. So early game, it's especially important that any major you find that is guaranteed to be progression, you keep. Because the logic works in steps. So essentially, you cannot get to the next step without having the previous item. And in this case, speed was a required progression item to get through Meridia. Chat may be delighted to know that we are still looking for Morph. Only 3 minutes in with one item found, but you never know. Uh-oh. So another fun fact about the logic is beam items are considered filler and not progression. So that was not what Nevdi needed to pick up. And more heat. Again, this will be in logic because Nevdi does have 9 energy tanks, but he lost a lot of health earlier, so this is actually a bit of dire straits for him. He cannot get back out of here without a farm up. Oh, excuse me, apparently wave can't be progression. Is that true in Hard Tricky? Well, either way, we found Morph, so... Much to chat's dismay. But of course, Nevdi did have to reset there. Did not have the health to get back. Lynx, on the other hand, is up about an E-tank. So this will be very tight for Nevdi. It is possible to do, but you can see him trying to farm up here just to get a little more health to get back. Should just barely have it if he doesn't get hit here. Up. Well, he should survive that elevator. I think that's enough. Oh, barely. 11 health left, but he does make it out. Meanwhile, Lynx going back up and finding that save wave beam and also learning bombs and supers behind it. Both of those are very good items to find early on. Yeah, runners are now pretty much neck and neck here. It's been a very linear seed so far. Supers does unlock that door on the right of lower Norfair elevator. So we see Lynx going back for that, Nevdi probably thinking the same thing. But unfortunately, Nevdi has to farm up because he does not have the health to do that. And Lynx finds West Ocean. So you can see here, despite having the energy tanks to do heated runs, this is the tricky part of Gravity 9+1. Nevdi has to go back and farm, and it is not exactly optimal, to say the least. So health management is very important because a lot of heated rooms will be in logic here. Oh, and that's a good call for chat. We did see the crate elevator room, which is also now in logic with supers. So Lynx getting the Meridia map. Looks like we have 2 more majors. No connections except for criteria. Well, that's a good connection. And no X's that I saw, so power bombs are not going to be there. Could be in criteria. Believe that was accessible. Oof. Lynx probably wanted that to be an E-tank. And yeah, 3 musketeers gated by heat. Oh, gated by Key Hunter Shaft as well. That is pretty hard to get to. Lynx really wanted that to be an E-tank. Nevdi, meanwhile, is going for the Norfair map. An energy refill, that's very good for Nevdi. Bring for Lynx and Screw Attack for Nevdi. Neither of those are... probably neither are progression, but they are very nice items to have. Just for movement and quality of life. And I did not see the Norfair map, so I don't know what ridiculous luck Nevdi found. 3 majors and a lot of X's. Okay. So it looks like Norfair was the play here. And there are power bombs. So that could be the first logical power bombs. And wow, that map is pretty good. More power bombs. So Lynx going for these majors in Meridian now with that E-tank you found, he can do this. And yes, Nevdi does have a Crystal Flash now, which is very useful in this mode. Ice Beam and Bubble Mountain. Phaser for Lynx and 3 Musketeers. I know there's a lot of Spacer fans in chat, but Lynx declined. So Lynx heads down to Criteria, and was that just Plasma? It was just Plasma, okay. Ice Wave Plasma for Nevdi, that's... that's, that's a very good find for Nevdi. I'm sure he is quite happy to see that. Into Vanilla Croc. High jump. We Again, very nice quality of life, but not something that they necessarily wanted to see. Nevdi right now is pretty much just looking for a charge of Arya. I don't think he cares for any other item. And depending on how lucky he gets with the rest of the X's here, he might just not even go for charge. So Lynx has found a set of power bombs in Criteria. So that is good. He will not be locked by power bombs. Finds Batoon from the other side. Has wave, but no charge. Can't do that. And Nevdi heads into Wreck Ship with a fairly close map, so he will probably go straight for that. That's, it's actually probably not what Nevdi wanted to see there. So we've got Ridley all the way to the bottom, a connection to Criteria, another major, and I didn't see what was on the far left. But probably not the best area for Nevdi right now. Still, he does seem, items-wise, to be a little ahead of Lynx right now. I missed the, yeah, Dragon in Criteria. Sorry, I missed that. And there's that other wreck ship connector. Yeah, Meridia did not work out very well for Lynx. Still, this isn't that bad for him, considering that Nevdi is going through wreck ship. It's a fairly large criteria, I will say. Lynx cleaning up Dragon there with a couple of sparks. sideways jump for Nevdi, so I believe the only majors we have left are Varia, Charge, and X-Ray. So Nevdi does go for Meridia. Is going to attempt the map here. Meanwhile, Lynx is basically doing what Nevdi did backwards and is going into criteria. About to find, this was grapple? Yes. Sees that there's nothing really in Meridia. He may attempt to go for these majors, because there were not a lot of X's in Meridia, and at 15 supers he still needs a way to kill Ridley. So we have... I do not believe we've seen Brinstar, or... There was a connection to Torian somewhere. Oh, and Lynx finds Mother Brain for the other side. Yep, only Charge and Varia left, and X-Ray, I think, unless they skip that. Nevdi's still not really in a position to skip majors, so he probably will go down Key Hunter Shaft here. He's gonna have a much easier time doing this, just because he has Screw and Plasma. So Nevdi's route is working out a lot better for him. He just happens to have the right items at the right time, and he's going through areas closer to the map. Oh, there was a major at, okay, so Bryn is all the way down in Wreck Ship, and there is a major at GT. So if that is Charge, well, if that's Charge, that's decent for Lynx, but he does not quite have the beams. He still needs to go through Norfair for that. Having a little trouble with the acid bath here. He's trying to save power bombs. Has 3 reserves, but that acid's going to be eating into him. And... oh. That... good for you, Lynx. I'm happy you made that. 3. So 20 super missiles for Lynx. He is probably deciding if it's worth it going for an ammo Ridley kill. He may opt for that other X. Of course, refilling on health as well is a little low on that. That goes up into Norfair. Meanwhile, Nevdi heading down to do that Dragon fight. Now he's going to have a faster fight with Grapple, which is again something that he got because he entered Criteria through Wreck Ship, where Grapple was in the Freebatoon Speed Hall. So, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but have we seen a Torian connector? It may be in Brinstar. Yeah, so a lot of X's here. I think Lynx with 20 supers is probably going to try and commit. Oh, and this is a danger. Well, he's got Screw. But this normally would be a pretty dangerous room with that amount of health. Nevdi finishing off Dragon there. Plasma for Lynx. And yeah, I think he's done with... Lynx Peak Spacer, it was in Meridia in Three Musketeers. So I believe we've seen all of the majors on the map except for the GT major, which means the rest is in Brinstar or Torian. So Nevdi heading down. Get charged. Now, it's worth noting that they probably want this to be charge in front of Ridley. But that by no means makes the fight free. Even with the health they have, they've basically got to take very few hits. And it's X-Ray. So into Brinstar, Nevdi goes. Immediately into worst room in the game, and of course the map is very far. But they're still looking for Kraid and Fantoon. So can't really skip any areas at this point. Oh, and the worst room you can find while racing is Shack Tool. At least Nevdi's having fun with Spring Ball. Yeah, and I guess while we're on this break, and Lynx is heading towards GT, you can do exclamation point or exclamation R and exclamation C in the chat to see the runners and commentators, and also exclamation point SMR MC for information about the tournament. I will say, do not follow me, I don't stream. But do follow NN. He is a champion of tracking and has basically made this tournament possible by tracking a ton of matches, and that is one of the criteria for them being restreamed. Oh, and Nevdi blinds Crate at like I said, Nevdi is a great runner. He just suffers from what I'll call good luck syndrome sometimes, which yeah, well, you know, luck is a skill, and it's one of Nevdi's strengths. I'd say that skill in particular. And no majors, and Torian way far away in Speed Hall. So Torian will have Fantoon, as well as as well as Charge and Varia, and so Nevdi will be able to go back up, clean out Ridley, and then finish with Mother Brain. Lynx steadily on his way, but still a bit behind here. About 2 or 3 minutes. So I forget if Nevdi peaks Spazer or not. But even if he didn't, he knows there's a 2 in 3 chance of any majors he finds being what he wanted. Oh, he did peak Spazer, so he knows there's a 100% chance of any majors he finds being what he wants. And of course he knows Fantoon is here, so he'll go immediately for the map. And then he's probably going to collect both of those majors and skip any X's. Varia is not required. I think in hard logic there is a certain amount of E-tanks that makes Ridley in logic. But yeah, it makes the fight a lot easier. You basically cannot take any hits if you don't have Varia. It's a very tight fight. Yes, this is a full Mother Brain fight. I missed that. Oh, okay, it was Varia. Yeah, so unfortunately he's gonna have to go the long way for that. Technically did blind it though. Of course we knew Fantoon was going to be here, but Funny troll map. Probably could have figured out that that was not the way to the map given how the tiles worked. Required spore spawn, how fun. But, you know, in a race situation, you're not really counting tiles too often. Ooh, and a miss on that first super from Nevdi. I'll have to do a 3-round here. Lynx is actually still not that far behind. He's doing pretty well here. It's actually interesting how close this is looking to be given, well, given the route divergence. Well, Nevdi didn't get that lucky. He picked every wrong right door. But then again, the luck that matters he still got. Ooh, trolled by those flames again. Nevdi does clean up Fantoon, and we will see where Charge is. Meanwhile, Lynx is doing Spore Spawn. Charge is... I don't know what room that is, but is very close to Brinstar. So Nevdi's gonna take the easy route back. Pick up Varia along the way. That's true, if Charge was far away, Lynx could have potentially gotten one more X and played supers. But Charge is pretty much free for Nevdi. Lynx technically does have enough ammo to kill Ridley. 35 and 25 is enough, but that only leaves a 5 missile margin. Not very comfortable, especially in a race scenario. Yeah, this has been a full clear seed for both runners. They just simply chose not to pick up the last two majors. But nothing's really stopping Nevdi now. With full beam combo and knowing where all the bosses are. This is his race to lose once again. And there is not a lot of ways he can lose. Oh wait, do you have to go back through GT here? I think you do. So Plasma, Wave, Ice is going to do 900 per shot, Supers do 600. So it's 20 shot, Ridley has 18,000 health, so it's 20 shots with full beam combo or 30 supers. Lynx is going for this X here too. Unfortunately just power bombs. Not sure why he would do that. He knows the charge has to be there. Yep, okay, GT is required. Not that it's a particularly hard fight, but pretty funny lock there. Lynx did check the GT major, yes. And even if he didn't, that major and Torian is on the way back. I'm not sure why you would skip that, especially when you're still looking for charge. So Nevdi on his way to Mother Brain. Doesn't need to refill on ammo or anything like that. Plenty of ammo to kill Mother Brain 1. And Mother Brain also has 18,000 health. That is another 20 shots from full beam combo to kill her. Yeah, it's time for everyone's favorite guessing game. How long will the escape timer be? I'm gonna guess a minute 15. And then, of course, always pick 69 seconds. And for those who don't know, that the timer can only be in 5-second increments. So NN will unfortunately always be wrong. But he may be close. Nevdi taking a little bit of hits here from Mother Brain, but ultimately does not matter, has plenty of health. NN could be right this time. Minute 15. That. So we got a couple of people who guessed that, I think. Good job, everyone. You win absolutely nothing. Except bragging rights. 6 away, yeah, he was very close. Oh, and Nevdi, I am not sure why he reset. I think he misread the map. So Lynx on Ridley right now, again, pretty easy fight with Varia full beam combo. Unfortunately, he only has 50 seconds to beat the game, which I don't think is enough time here. And Lynx also has to go through GT as well. See if he realizes that. He does. And Nevdi is on the ship. So, with an official race time of 47 minutes 53 seconds, Nevdi wins match 2 and will take this series 2-0. So for those curious, this is a round 5 lower bracket of the gold bracket, also known as the losers bracket. Although none of these runners are losers at this point, they're all very good. And we are joined by Lynx and Nevdi.
Yo.
GG's.
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 So both matches were very, very close. I think, Lynx, you were on your way to Mother Brain. You were on Mother Brain, or the escape in the first one, and you were on your way to Mother Brain in the second one. So both of you played very, very well. I think the biggest difference came down to some routing decisions. But one thing I wanted to ask first is, Nevdi, what were you thinking when you got that Torian map the first game and saw that Dragon was not there?
Overlookies. It's like, at least I'm in a lobby with Lynx. He started no cringies, no overlookies, and it was pretty poetic that I got an overlookie. I'm like, okay, well, I lose this game, but let's keep playing. But I guess luckily that Lynx also did Torian, I heard, so
yeah, so
okay.
Big difference was, I think you went to Meridia first, where Lynx went to clear out Norfair and Torian. So that was pretty much the big. You guys then like swapped after that. You went to you went to Criteria, and then you went back to Norfair and Torian when Lynx did the opposite. Yours turned out to be the better route, but it was very, very close at the end. Probably because you forgot where Dragon was.
Yeah. That was miserable, but I think I was going quick enough to be okay with it all on Lynx's worst route. So, yeah, just got it. Was pretty lucky. Second game, I thought I lost for sure. I'm played all majors and it just cooked me. Like I guess there's routing stuff in this one too because I did croc for high jump. I went all the way to that terrible major and it was Spazer, and I'm like, wow, I've got nothing from this. So I felt really bad about this one. But I guess was there also some routing stuff in this? And I died early too, but I think it's hard not to with that morph ball. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. So there was some early divergence. I think this time you went to Norfair, um, whereas Lynx went to Meridia. And so both of you full cleared the game. I think maybe Lynx didn't go to Croc, but that was the only difference. What it came down to, I think, was when you went through Norfair and Wreck Ship, that criteria entrance was a lot closer to the map, and you also picked up Grapple there, which helped you with Dragon. So it's a lot of little things that added up to some time savings.
Oh yeah, the map's right there at that way. Yeah, that makes sense. Because you come from Meridia and then you got to get all the way down to the C map. Yep, I see.
Yep.
It.
Yep.
Cool.
So, yeah. Lynx, I don't know if you had any comments.
I thought in the first game we did like the same thing, but yeah, I'm surprised. We both did we both checked like the complete opposite directions, and it was pretty close. So yeah, surprised about that. I was gonna say like I bet we did the same, but my mapping was like terrible. Especially early game, like I
It was pretty hard. I mapped a lot early game. I think it's hard not to because it was super confusing.
yeah.
That
I felt the same
Brinstar
anyway.
map.
I felt like I'm mapping way more than average on this because it was like, I don't know, you get the map straight away, you've got X's in your head, you've got so much to do. So yeah, I felt similar at the start, at least. I was confused.
Yeah, that map was very winding. I think all of us were confused, even in chat, of where do you even go after this.
I'm guessing it was so close maybe in the first game because I got the plasma really early. So I don't know what was your loadout for Ridley, but was it like just ice and ammo?
No, I had the ice ammo fight, but I chose to go to Criteria first because I knew I left Norfair and Turin behind.
Okay.
So in Criteria, I ended up getting 30 supers, and it was it was quick.
Okay, that's
supers were good.
Yeah.
If I had to do the fight, that plasma probably would have won for sure. If there was no supers down there, I think that would have been strong enough because I'm guessing you would have known the map structure, so you wouldn't have gone for the majors. So you'd probably finish without speed as a guess.
Yeah. I knew I wasn't a speed lock at that point. Yeah.
It was a pretty good route that I took. I felt very good about it until I did Turian because I'm supposed to skip Turian on that route, but I just overlooked where Dragon was. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and in the second one, I'm I mean, apparently Norfolk first is way stronger than just doing Maridia. I overlooked the major on the for Three Musketeers. It was power bomb blocked, and I went down and oops. And well, it got there was a save like right next to it, so it was not terrible, but yeah.
And it was only Spazer there, so that was good.
Yeah. I'm guessing the routing was just stronger for you.
It sounds like the way I went, as soon as I popped out of Wreck Ship, the C map's right there. So I'm doing C with full info, and you're blinding down your way down, I'm guessing. So yeah, because there's a major that you get at the top that I'm sure you would have gone past because you're going down towards the map. So yeah, it's pretty map position in that one sounds too strong. I chose Meridia because I chose Norfair because my health was so bad to get across the LN hall. Like I nearly died doing it. So
same.
Yeah, I went the other way. I had to reset it once because I was too low.
Yeah, and I think one of the more interesting divergences, well, doing Norfair versus Meridia Criteria was that you both did end up finding power bombs. Lynx a little bit later, but that was one thing that was sort of we were unsure of at the beginning because you were both powerbomb locked for a little bit, but you each ended up finding a set of power bombs. I just think Nevdi's was a little more convenient.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, cool. I guess I don't really have anything else other than Lynx. It's so cool to race you. It's such a weird thing to see Lynx Unlimited playing Rando. I'm still like getting used to it, and I'm like just excited that you do it. And you know, first season you're still learning it. Now what are you, like 5th in the ladder or something like that? So I don't know. I'm just really happy that you play this, and I'm like, yeah, honored to verse you and race you. I think it's really cool. So GG Lynx, I picked you to win the silver. So have fun and good luck there.
Thank you. Yeah, GG Nevdi. A little bit sad because my goal was to getting to the top 8 on the gold bracket. That was a really tough goal, like, to be honest, considering all the players that are playing on the tourney. But yeah, I mean, Nevdi's.
It's not even just the players. It's like it's the luck of the day too. Like you got a best of 3 presented. Like you could shift this best of 8. You could shift the top 8 around so many times. So it is a really tough goal for sure. Because
yeah,
you know, if we rerun this whole tournament again, it'll be probably a different top 8. So yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like the top 12, maybe even a little bit more than the top 12. They could, any of those could win this entire thing. So yeah, it was a tough goal. But I mean, it is what it is. Nevdi is one of the strongest, so yeah, happy to at least got one close race. Hope it wasn't entertaining.
Thanks commentators, thanks everyone.
It was very entertaining. Yeah, and so one last thing is Nevdi will be moving on to round 6 of the lower bracket in the gold bracket. And does Lynx go to the silver bracket? Actually don't know.
Yes.
Okay, then Lynx will be in the quarterfinals of the silver bracket. So GG's both runners, excellent matchup. And we'll see you next time, everyone.